Hello young students, welcome to All Force e-learning program. This is physics session number 57, right? Now in this session we will talk about the electric potential due to a non-conducting charged sphere. A very important topic with respect to this topic, this chapter, right? It is electric potential due to a charged non-conducting solid sphere. Non-conducting solid sphere. Well, we can even spell it as, instead of non-conducting, he'll spell it as dielectric solid sphere. Then you can even call it as a dielectric solid sphere, insulating solid sphere, right? Anything it is, all the three in the same. A very difficult part in this chapter, very important, right? Please be careful while learning this thing, okay? So electric potential due to a charge in a non-conducting solid sphere. So before going to this, let's recall what we have learned and what are the various things that are useful for this derivation, okay? So first, I was talking about electric potential. You know, electric potential is the electric state of the body which determines the direction of flow. You are in which state? You are in a state of giving or taking it, right? If you are at high potential, any body at high potential in the sense, you are in a state of giving. Low potential, you are in a state of taking charge, right? So potential is a state, but how do you define? It is the amount of work done in moving a unit positive test charge from infinity to the point of the field. Work done to move a unit positive test charge from infinity to the point of the field. W by Q naught. It is electric potential. Well, now this, even the potential due to potential, what is defined according to the definition, it is work done per unit charge. You can even define this in the other form also. For example, you know, in the previous chapter we have defined electric field strength, the electric field intensity. It is the force experienced per unit charge, F by Q naught. Now we can even define potential in terms of electric field also. How? Look here. Electric potential V is, it is defined as the total work done. You know, total is integral. Total work done in moving a unit positive test charge Q naught, right, from infinity to the point in the field against the field. Total work done in moving unit positive test charge from infinity to the point in the field against the field. Well, so this is the work done. In first year you have learned work done W is equal to F dot S. You know, work done is F dot S, force into displacement. So the small work done dW I can write as F dot dr, right? So I can substitute dW as F dot dr. But you know, we have learned in the previous chapter the relation between force and electric field intensity. So the force is electric field intensity E by Q naught. So you can substitute F is equal to E by Q naught like this. Sorry, E into Q naught. Electric field intensity E is equal to F by Q naught, or F is equal to EQ naught. Sorry. So electric field intensity is force experienced by unit charge. E is F by Q. So therefore, substituting here, it is minus integral of infinity to R, work done. What is work done? F dot dr by Q naught. By Q naught. But you know, F by Q naught is electric field intensity, force experienced by unit positive charge. So V I can write as F integral infinity to R, F by Q naught dot dr. This is E. So V is minus integral infinity to R, E dot dr. Now this is the relation between electric field intensity and electric potential. You can even write potential V is minus integral E dot dr from infinity to the point. Potential difference from one point to another point. That way you can write. Later we have derived the formula for the electric potential due to a point charge. Potential due to point charge V is equal to, V is due to point charge 1 by 4 by epsilon naught charge q by distance r. Total potential is the algebraic sum of all the individual potential sigma vi I1 to IN, so on and so forth. We have found many things, right? So these are the basic things what we have learned in this chapter earlier. Using them, we will now derive the formula for the electric potential due to a non-conducting charged solid sphere, right? You know, this is a difficult part. You should be careful to understand and think carefully. Okay, please look here. So electric potential due to a charged non-conducting solid sphere. Let me consider a solid sphere. This is a solid sphere. Center is O, radius is R. Right? It is a non-conducting sphere. Non-conducting, insulating, dielectric, all the things being the same. Non-conducting sphere, insulating sphere, dielectric sphere. You can spell it out. These are the different terms by which you can spell out the thing there. Okay. So an insulating sphere, a bad conducting sphere. Right. Now this solid sphere. Now this is being charged uniformly. A solid sphere is charged uniformly. So when it is charged uniformly, I am charging throughout its volume. It's being charged throughout its volume uniformly. Uniform charge density. I am charging it uniformly with uniform charge density. Then you know, in the previous chapter we have learned whenever a body is charged for continuous charge distributions. You know, for continuous charge distribution, charge distributed continuously. Suppose charge is distributed through along a line, linear charge. Along a line of charge. We have defined linear charge density for such things. Next, sheet, charged sheet, plane. If a charge is spread over a plane, then it is charged sheet, charge on a plane, charge spread on a plane. For this we have defined surface charge density. Now charge is now given throughout the volume. Charge is now distributed throughout the volume. For this we define volume charge density. Let the volume charge density. Now the charge possessed by this body be Q. This is the charge. Then its volume charge density be, let it be rho. Volume charge density is rho. We know the volume charge density according to the definition of volume charge density. Rho is equal to charge per unit volume. Actually rho, the formula for volume charge density rho is Q by V. So therefore rho is Q by V, cross multiplying. The charge possessed by the sphere Q is equal to rho into V. V is volume of the sphere. Volume of the sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube, where r is the radius of the sphere. This is equation 1, very important, please remember. Right? If the charge of the sphere is Q and the radius is r, then volume charge density is Q by V, Q by 4 by r cube, 4 by 3 pi r cube. So from that I get the charge on the sphere. Q is equal to rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube. Equation 1. Later I am going to now define. We have to find out the potential at a point P. Later let us consider a point P in its vicinity. At a distance r here. Now we have to find out the potential at this point P. Let the potential at this point P be Vp for r greater than capital R. I am finding out the potential due to the sphere outside the sphere. The point is outside the sphere. For r, for the distance of the point greater than the radius of the sphere. So case 1, first case. Let us take up case 1. First case, right? So at a point, potential due to a charge conducting non-conducting solid sphere at a point outside sphere, outside the sphere. I am finding the point outside the sphere at a distance r greater than capital R. Now here we have to find out. Now, first of all, the electric field intensity due to the solid sphere at this point P. You know, electric field intensity is force experienced by unit charge. Suppose if I imagine a test charge here Q0, the force between these two, force F will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This total charge capital Q small q0 by distance rc. So therefore force, all the charge will behave as if it is stored at the center. All the charge of the sphere behaves as if it is at the center. Now the distance, it will give like a point charge. All the charge is at the center, capital Q. And this is a point charge here. I am imagining a point plus charge Q naught. So for between them, 1 by 4 naught Q1 Q2 by R square. Now get this Q naught down here. So F by Q naught is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q by R square. Right? So electric field intensity is force experienced per unit charge. F by Q naught is E. So the electric field is this. So therefore, due to this solid sphere at this point, the first point, the electric field intensity at point P is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q by R square. This is equation 2. By equation 1 we have already taken the volume charge density. So this is equation 2. Electric field intensity due to the solid sphere at that outside point is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. This is the volume electric field intensity. Now electric field intensity, after defining electric field intensity, we have to find the potential. You know, potential I can define as it is the minus integral of E dot dr. So we know V is equal to minus integral E dot dr. Right? So electric field here, this being a positive charge, the direction of the electric field is outward. For a small displacement in the same direction, potential difference, this is potential difference dV. So E dot dr. So V I can write as minus integral E dr because both are in same direction. So therefore, both are in same direction. So potential at that point. Now this is with a consideration that the potential at infinity is 0, because here in the left hand side actually dV is minus E dot dr. So integrating from infinity to point P, infinity to V. So potential is V between infinity and V is minus integral E dot dr infinity to R. So upper limit minus lower limit V minus V infinity is minus integral E dot dr infinity to R. V at infinity 0. So I get Vs. So that way we have written this. Actually dV is minus E dot dr. Is it? So therefore even dV, according to this potential definition, the small potential difference is the small work done dW by Q naught. The small potential difference is small work done. It is F dot dr by Q naught. So dV, well, work done against the field minus. dV is minus F by Q naught. This is E dot dr. Actually, this is the you get from the definition, from the fundamentals, and derived from the fundamentals. So integrating from infinity to R, potential at infinity to potential at the point P. So integral dV is V, infinity to V minus integral infinity to R E dot dr. So upper limit minus lower limit V minus V infinity minus integral into E to R E dot dr. So V at infinity 0. So V I get it as minus integral infinity to R E dot dr. Remember this. So this way we find out the relation between potential and electric field. So therefore, it is with an assumption that the potential at infinity is 0, right? So therefore, V is equal to minus integral of E. The electric field due to this charge is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q by R square dr from infinity to R. Infinity to R. So therefore, potential V I can write it as integral, taking the common terms out, then V is equal to minus Q by 4 pi epsilon naught out integral 1 by R square dr it is. It is integral of 1 by R square dr, Q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by R square. So potential V is equal to minus Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, it is 1 by R square, infinity to R it is. 1 by R square, R power minus 2 dr from infinity to R. You know, according to integration you have learned in your earlier classes, integration of x power n dx is x to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1. So therefore, based on that, potential I can write as minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught. This is x power n, it is x power n plus 1 by n plus 1. So it is r power minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1 between the limits infinity to r. Well, we will get this as v is equal to minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught, minus q by 4 pi epsilon naught. It is r power minus 2 plus 1. It is minus 1 by minus 2 plus 1 minus 1 infinity to r. Well, this minus minus cancel. V is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon naught r power minus 1 by r infinity to r it is. So the potential is q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by upper limit to minus 1 by lower limit. So potential V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q into 1 by r. 1 by infinity is 0. It's 1 by r. So potential is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. So therefore the electric potential due to a charged non-conducting solid sphere. Non-conducting, it is insulating, dielectric solid sphere it is. Now for that we are going to derive the formula for the electric potential. First, consider a solid sphere of radius r, center O. It is uniformly charged, solid sphere, you know, it's a bad conductor. Wherever charge is produced, their charge remains at the same point. Had it been a conductor, charges move to the outermost limits there. But this being non-conducting, charge remains at the point wherever it is produced. So it is uniformly charged, a uniformly charged solid sphere. Let the charge be q. Charge is q. Radius is r. Now charge is distributed throughout the volume, uniformly throughout the volume. So therefore volume charge density, it's q by v. Charge per unit volume. So charge is q. Cross multiply charge into rho into volume. Volume of a sphere 4 by 3 pi r cube. So we get it as 4 by 3. First equation. Next. So to find the potential, I am using the formula potential V is minus integral E dot dr. So first we have to define E. What is electric field? So for a non-conducting sphere, electric field at a distance r, the formula is 1 by 4 epsilon q by r square. Right? So this is the electric field. Then according to the definition, potential is minus integral infinity E dot dr. Infinity integral E dot dr. Well, both E and displacement both are in same direction, cos 0 1. So E dr. Now, but electric field formula 1, substitute this in this. So 1 by 4 epsilon q by r square dr it is. From infinity to r. Now taking the constants outside, q by 4 pi epsilon r outside, taking the things outside, I get minus q by 4 pi epsilon r. 1 by r square remains here. But 1 by r square is r power minus 2. Now you know, integral of exponent dx, exponent plus 1 by plus 1. So r power minus 2, minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1, infinity to r. Right? So integrating, minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, minus 2 plus 1 minus 1. This minus cancel, there is a minus outside. So therefore q by 4 pi epsilon r minus 1 is 1 by r infinity to r. Upper limit minus lower limit 1 by r minus 1 by infinity, 1 by infinity is 0. So we get finally the potential is 1 by 4 epsilon q by r. It is again same as the potential as if the charge behaves as a point charge. All the charge is concentrated at the center, then it is potential due to point charge. We have already defined the formula for the potential due to point charge. 1 by 4 epsilon q by r. It behaves as if all the charges at the center, concentrated at the center. Well, then after this, now same potential, let us derive the formula in terms of volume charge density. If I want to write down the formula for the electric potential at the outside point in terms of the volume charge density, so let me substitute volume charge density. So we know the potential at any outside point, we have just now derived the potential as V equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r distance. Well, q charge, it's rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube. Equation substitute there. So potential is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube by r. Well, 4 pi cancel. I get potential as rho, this is capital R cube, radius of the sphere capital, rho capital R cube by 3 epsilon naught small r. Rho capital R cube by 3 epsilon naught small r. This is the formula for the electric potential due to a non-conducting charge sphere at any outside point at a distance small r, where radius of the sphere is r, volume charge density is 2. volume charge density is equal to rho, like this. Is it? So this way we can find out the formula for the potential in terms of rho and charge. Like this, from this potential directly proportional to Q and inversely proportional to distance. From this potential directly proportional to volume charge density, directly proportional to R cube and inversely proportional to the distance of the point. So that way we derive the formula for the potential. Then this is the potential for the solid sphere at an outside point. Suppose he is asked you to find out the potential due to the solid sphere on the surface point. Potential on the surface, right? Let's do it. The electric potential, case 2. Now the second case where we are asked to find out the potential on the surface point of the non-conducting charged solid sphere. On the surface point of the non-conducting charged sphere. Right? Electric potential on the surface of the non-conducting charged sphere like this. Right? So now second, case 2, second case, at a point on the surface of the sphere. Surface of the sphere. Right? On the surface here we have to find out. Now the point is on the surface. So distance small r is equal to capital R. Well, we have just now derived the formula for the potential V. It's 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q by R. For any r, for any distance r outside the sphere, then it is 1 by 4 epsilon Q by small r. So therefore, let me substitute V equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by, now the distance of the point is capital. So imagining all the charge to be constant the center there, now the distance of the point is capital. So it is capital. So potential due to a solid sphere on the surface point, 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q by capital R it is. Right? So potential on the surface point Vs 1 by 4 by epsilon Q by capital R. Well, again V directly proportional to Q, V inversely proportional to radius of the sphere. Inversely proportional to the radius of the sphere. Now finding out the same formula in terms of the volume charge density rho. If I want to find the same formula volume in terms of volume charge density. So substituting 1 by 4 by epsilon naught into Q. So volume charge density charge per unit volume. Volume of the charge is rho into 4 by 3 pi r cube. So rho into 4 by 3 pi capital R cube by R. So this is capital. So 4 pi cancel. So V is equal to rho R cube by 3 comes down 3 epsilon naught R. Then there is R cube here, R power 1. This will get cancelled to get R square. So potential is rho R square by 3 epsilon naught. This is the formula for the potential on the surface point of the solid non-conducting charged sphere. Solid non-conducting charged sphere on the surface, the potential is rho R square by 3 epsilon naught. So please look upon here V directly proportional to rho and V proportional to R square. Square of the radius. It is V directly proportional to rho and V proportional to R square. Then for on the surface proportional to Q and inversely proportional to R. Please make out the difference. Here it is inversely proportional to R in terms of charge. It is proportional to R square in terms of surface charge density. These are the points. Same potential with same radius. Same potential with same radius. Once it is inverse, other it is next it is proportional to R square. So once it is inverse and later it is R square, then you have to be very careful about such points. But on the surface point, potential varies inversely with distance. Well, on the surface it is proportional to R square. Then surface charge density is square. Right? So same potential with same radius. Once it is directly proportional and once it is proportional to R square, you should. Once it is inversely proportional, once it is directly proportional to R square, you should be careful with the condition. For what condition is asking the relation. Right? So that way, potential on the surface due to a solid sphere on the surface of a solid non-conducting charged sphere is given by this. Then any outside point, for outside point the potential is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. For any surface point, it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q by capital R. Radius of the sphere. This is distance of the point. So that way you find out the potential for a non-conducting charged sphere, non-conducting charged sphere at any point on the outside point of a charged sphere. Now from this, what do you understand? Potential at any outside point P, for R greater than R here P. Now the potential is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q by R. On the surface here, potential on the surface 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught capital Q by capital R. Where here it is the distance of the point, here it is the radius of the sphere. Constant is charge in terms of charge. Right? So as you move away from this, the distance of the point increases. R is increasing, potential decreases. So on the surface the potential is more. As you move away, potential decreases, such that at infinity potential is zero. At the infinite point the potential is zero. So that way the potential varies as you move away from it, from the surface point. Okay, so this way we find out the electric potential at the outside point and the surface point for a charged non-conducting solid sphere. Okay, right? Thank you.